What is up, everybody? Normally for these tournament videos, I like to just post all my shots I threw in qualifying or a step ladder match or whatever it comes to, but for this one, we're actually going to do it a little bit differently. I'm just going to commentate over all the shots you're seeing and just kind of post my own little analysis of it. A lot of the shots from this qualifying round were kind of unusable because it was really hard to find places to actually put this camera to actually get the shot in frame and without people walking in front of it, so kind of abbreviated qualifying, but we're just going to commentate over it, and then obviously the step ladder match gets really interesting. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy this format a little bit, and let's go. We're here in Omaha, Nebraska, doing this thing called the Holiday Hangover. In my division, which is the scratch division, we got about 50 people, and after 5 games of qualifying, I'll have to be in the top 16 or so, and then it'll be some sort of elimination style bracket format. So we're on 39 feet of oil at about a 4-to-1 ratio, so hopefully it plays kind of hard, but not too hard, just hard enough to where it's not a carry contest or scoring fest, and otherwise it should be pretty easy. So yeah, anyway, you already heard what I said there. About a field of 50 or so in this scratch division I was in here. The top 16 made it to a bracket, so I knew making that the bracket, the top 16, should be pretty easy unless I just forget what I'm doing, because the pattern's like a 3 or 4-to-1 ratio, so definitely not house shot, but not hard at all either. So just to start, I bring out this urethane ball, and this game is actually a really good game scoring-wise, but it's the type of good game where I didn't feel physically like I was throwing it that good. I was getting the ball to the right spot the whole time. You see me catching like a lot of those mixer hits too. But off my hand, a lot of these shots didn't really feel that great, but my angles are good enough. I ended up popping like a solid 276 this game. You see me just kind of breezing along here. I've got like front 7, front 8 at this point. Then eventually there's going to be one that, there it is, leaves a bucket. That's the one, another one that I just felt like I missed off my hand, but otherwise I went front 8, bucket, spare in the 9th, and then here we are in the 10th. Just going to try to punch out for the 270, get another mixer hit there. I think now I feel like I'm throwing a little bit physically better. Maybe I needed a few frames to get going, but the 10th frame were really good shots there. I ended up getting the 270. Here we are in game 2. That first shot actually just duck hooked. I threw it the same as I would have on the first pair, and it hooked way more. So I'm like, alright, I could either move 5 left with the urethane or just go to reactive, because I already know I'm going to be going to reactive anyway and just deep hooking it. So that's what I do here. Switch to my trusty infinite physics, and that first shot was perfect. This shot, I thought I threw pretty good, but I left kind of a weird light mixer kind of 8-pin there. I hate that hit. That's one of my least favorite hits. I feel like on a light mixer, the 8 should always go down. And then I just whiff it. I don't know what happened there. But I'm like, you know, I hit pocket twice on this ball change. Just keep throwing it good. I threw that one pretty alright. Left a 4-pin, went a little high. I was like, alright, I'll go a little bit farther left. This is a really frustrating game because I made kind of a blind guess ball change, and I felt like I was throwing it really good. I was getting to the pocket, controlling it pretty well, but I just couldn't string anything together. You see me wrapping another 10-pin there. I ended up like centurying myself here, or at least almost. I went from a 276 all the way down to about a 180 something this game, so even though I was well ahead of that top 16 pace, I was just upset at myself for having such a strong start but disappointing second game. This ball I just pinched left and it great churched, so yeah, I took 4 of them there, but this is all in all just a disappointing game. I felt like I threw it better than what I scored. Finally got deep enough left and made a good one there. Made another good one there. You see me really trying to post at the line just to try to bear down and make a good shot, because the better I balance, the better I throw it usually. Catch a late 3-bagger to kind of bail out this game, get back to a 180 pace, because I guess it could have been worse. It could have been a 170 or 60, but wrapped a 10-pin there, got to 180, easy spare. Alright, remember this pair. This is a really strange thing about this house. It's 26 lanes of just regular wooden pins, but then these final 6 pairs use these things, these twister pins. Personally, I hate these things. Every house I've ever bowled out that had these twister pins, it's either the best pin carry you've ever seen or the worst pin carry you've ever seen, and this house is definitely the latter. So I start off with a wrap 10 and then carry like a really weird late 7 mixer hit. And then I get it dialed back in again. I throw 3 nice flush ones to get 3 in a row here, so I start spare 3 bagger or something, and alright, I guess it's alright. And then here's where we start to see the bad hits. There's a mixing 4-pin, another strange hit that I just can't stand. Gonna go back over to this left lane. Wrap another 10. That was probably more of a flat 10. The 6-pin just lays dead on this pair. It doesn't really matter because I started 270 and 180, so I'm pretty much breezing through this qualifying. I have a really good look. As bad as the carry and the pins are on this pair, this was probably my easiest line to the pocket in qualifying, but there you see me again stuffing a 9-pin. I just can't string anything in a row right now. This one I thought I threw bad, but it still got to the pocket, but just left another completely dead 10-pin. I'm just like, whatever. Just get me off this pair. Get me away from these twister pins. I'm going to try to throw a couple in a row again to save it in the 10th, but again, the 10-pin is there. Felt like coming off my hand, these shots were alright. I just made my spares. This game was a 215, I believe. But it felt like it should have been a lot more, given I really only missed pocket once. And then the 7-10 to finish just felt fitting. But we finally got off that pair. We're back to regular pins. So I thought I was going to go back to crushing it, especially after these first 2 shots were just laced right into the 1-3 flush. Started strike on this pair. I'm like, alright, we're back to it. Time to put up another big one. And then transition kind of got me. The wheels fell off of this game. I thought I threw this one good. It duck hooked 4-9. Maybe I'm just complaining here, but I feel like I leave the 4-9 an unbelievable amount compared to the average bowler. I can't go one event without it being there. This one was just left. You could tell it was left, and the split. Now I'm mad at myself for feeling like I had such a good look on this pair, and suddenly it's split. Give it a decent run at picking that, but missed. Now this is just transition. This one I think I throw good. Just jackknifes left again. I'll leave another 4-7. Pick that up. I'm like, at least it's not a split. I was like, where's my split at? I thought it has to split every time. I think I moved a little left. This one I got right and had no hand on it. That was just a bad shot. That wasn't going to get back. But yeah, I'm fighting transition here. I feel like I have to throw it a little bit harder. I don't really want to move left too much more. I'm just going to try to throw it harder. You see me really try to post that one, but it goes high again. Luckily, no split. So I'm like, all right, I need to move left and throw a little bit harder. Made that spare. Let's see what I did here. I definitely put a little bit more speed on that one. It was perfect. I didn't move left much at all. I was just like, all right, throw a little harder. Really posted that one because I know I need to bail this game out. So I'm like, oh my god, a double. Finally. I didn't think it was possible. This was a really annoying game because I came into this pair thinking I could put up a big one and then just didn't. There was a really weird late 10-pin hit there, but got a double. We're here in the 10th. I think I threw that one a little too hard, maybe got a little bit right, but we bailed this game out to about a 2-0. It was like a 2-0-1, I believe. Still frustrating. We get to this next pair in game 5, and this is where I kind of get back into it. We're throwing it really good on this pair. I think I hit pocket just about every time. There are a lot of shots on this game I had to cut because the pins weren't in view, but I put up a solid 230 this game. Qualifying felt pretty disappointing, starting with a 270 and then just never really cracking 2 teens again until this final 230 here. But all in all, it was like I said at the beginning, I breezed through qualifying. I was the 3rd seed in this top 16 bracket. So I was in easily. I just felt like my performance was underwhelming. I would have liked to have that top seed. But solid finish here. I was controlling the pocket really well, playing that kind of deep hook with just kind of average speed, and getting to the pocket was real easy. So I'm the 3 seed, I believe. It was 3 or 4 or something like that. So for this stepladder match coming up here after these final shots, I'm going to try an attention star there. Here we get to the stepladder match. I'm facing the 13 seed because it was top 16. I was 3. He was 13. We got two-handed lefty. Throws it pretty good. I feel like he was probably playing the wrong part of the lane for this. He started with a reactive. I think that was a phase 2. Went high. Spare that up easily. He was kind of in and out of that ball and this, I think, purple hammer. Because this is, it's not like this is PBA. The purple hammer's legal at this. He aced that one. That was perfect flush. And notice what pair I'm on. That same pair as game 3 with these twister pins. So I'm like, oh, great. Why did it have to be this pair? I started off, carried a mixer hit there. This pair was way tighter than any of the qualifying pairs. I think I had to move like 5 back right and play it nice and slow, but you see I'm not going to get hits on this pair. You see that wrap 10 again. That's not your average wrap 10. If you look closely at the footage, the 6 pin goes vertically around that thing. Usually they fly around the bottom of the pin on a wrap 10 hit. These twister pins, when you wrap them, they go vertically around. The 6 just vertically flies around the 10, doesn't even try to touch it. But I was like, you know what, it's fine. I'm watching him throw his shots, and I can tell he doesn't have a very clean look. He hit pocket the past couple, but then he tugged that one a bit and crossed over for a 6, so no doubles for him yet. Barely grazed that and got it. So I'm like, you know what, if I just stay clean, maybe catch a double in there somewhere, I could probably win this. This shot I thought was alright, but it just kind of hooked. This pair was so much tighter, and you see me upset, like, why did it have to be this leave? This 3, 6, 9, 10, such a hard leave. But I was able to fire it at the gutter and just get the back pin out, so that was a real relief. But because of pin count now, because I was off a spare and I got 6, now I'm kind of trailing. This shot again, I aced. I was just like, just throw it good again, and hopefully it carries. And again, the 6 pin just goes vertically around that 10. So I'm like, this is going to be a grinded out spare fest for both of us because I can't carry. He's having trouble finding pocket. He threw it really good there. He throws a couple really good ones on this right lane, but it did the same thing for him. The 4 pin just laid dead in the gutter instead of kicking out the 7. But he spared it up well. Again, no doubles for either of us, but we're both clean. He looked like he kind of liked that shot and was surprised at it. And he had the same reaction as me. It's like, why has it got to be this really tough pin with, you know, pin behind pin leave? He caught a break off that sidewall. He wanted to hit it a little bit more in the face to cover the back one, but he got it off the sidewall instead. Here I go, stepping up. I was just like, we got to get this ball a little bit out to the right compared to the last shot, but with slow, soft speed. I did that perfectly, but again, you're not going to get any hits with these twister pins on this lane. This is about an even match because we're both clean and nobody's doubled. And I go to this... I liked this left lane better, but this one I must have just thrown a pinch fast because the angles look perfect. Left at 2-8. Tricky spare with lanes being this tight, but I made it. We're getting late into this match. I'm only up based on just the fact that my pin counts has been slightly better than his, I think. It's either that or it's about dead even, but he's 7 pins again. Like I said, he threw some good shots on that right lane, just didn't get carried. And this time his spare ball hooked away from it. He missed that spare. So now I know I'm up. This is the 10th frame now for him, I believe. If he throws 2 strikes, he forces me to double also, I believe. But he got that one way, way right. Crossed over left and 8. So now I'm knowing that all I need in this 10th frame is a mark to win. I'm just praying I throw it good again. I'm assuming I'll probably 10 pin or something, but I don't care so long as I make a spare. He tries again that phase 2 on the fill, gets 9. All I need is a mark. It all comes down to this. And I throw this shot. I moved a little bit left. I'm like, all right, that looks good. 4-9. I needed a mark to win this match. And what do these twister pins give me on a good shot? A flush 4-9 again. You saw me there really pissed off. I was saying something like 26 lanes of normal pins, and then on these final 6, the pair I had to get, it's these twisters. That was one of the most disappointing conclusions to a tournament I've ever had in my life right there. I felt like that was such a winnable event if I just got through that match and then got through a couple other matches. Felt like I had a good look to the pocket, and then I just had to catch that pair again and have some absolutely horrible pin carry. I felt like I controlled the pocket way better that match and just didn't get any hits. Even after the match, my opponent there, he told me, like, he said something like, "I'm sorry, man. I didn't deserve to win that," or something. But I just kind of brushed it off like, "It's all right, dude. It's how the game works." But that was just so disappointing. That event, it felt like I should have been able to breeze through that event pretty well, but it just didn't work out in the end. And that's one of the most gut-wrenching ways I've ever had to finish a match, just needing a mark. And there's the 4-9 that I always leave when I can't afford it. So that's the way it went. And thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that format.